What's going on, y'all? Listen, I know y'all like, damn girl, we got a video at work. Hell yeah, it's just gonna be real quick because at this point, no, okay. Girl, I'm on my lunch break. But at this point, LaTocha. I know we are all escaped drama out. And I know that they were not expecting a lot of this stuff to go down. We keep saying that. But Tamika put out her video the other day, probably like a couple of days ago, right? Yesterday. And in this video, Tamika put out on Wednesday, she put out the video that had all the receipts about forged signatures, change of addresses, you know, money being deposited in banks, had Miss Diane on there, Tiny's mama, you know. And then here comes Tasha and her husband going on the Ricky Smiley show, okay? And at this point, it's just, for one, this is what I don't understand. This is what I really don't understand. You got all this mess that's going on, okay? Your sister just put this video out saying that here's the receipts, all right? I don't have nothing to hide. I'm not lying on you. It is what it is. I'm not saying nothing else about it. You take your ass to a radio show. And not only is that it's on a radio show, you take yourself on a show with a person that actually know you, who's worked with you, who's been on tour with you, who was not having it. And that was the brat. So I was very much here for the brat calling her out on a lot of the stuff that she was saying, right? Because the whole thing about not knowing how Candy was feeling, not knowing that Candy was feeling left out, not knowing that Candy was feeling sad, not knowing that, you know, Candy felt like an outsider because she felt like it was 2 against 1, or, you know, Tamika always had her back because, you know, Tamika was her sister, which is understandable. And it was the fact that you're on here on this, in this tone of, oh, well, I didn't know that. Oh, you sure? I never knew that. And then the brat is bringing up what happened in the old show that they had. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Scotty by Nature because he found the clip and he played the exact clip that they were talking about where Candy did say all of this stuff to her, you know? And I remember that show because it was so good. It was when they got back together after all of the mess that happened, you know? And we thought that they was on a good front. We thought they was on a good footing and everything. And now you want to all of a sudden have amnesia. You know, you're still talking mess about Candy. Candy had to call in and call bullshit on it. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is this. You do all of this stuff. You say your sister is a liar. You allow your husband to put things out there and to say that, you know, your sister tried to send news to him, talking about Tamika, talking about Candy, talking about Todd and who he's allegedly on film doing whatever with, you know, saying all this disgusting things, right? And then you yourself getting interviews, try to downplay everyone else in the group and make yourself feel like you're a little bit better, you know, like, oh, they really needed me type of thing. And then you do other videos and you're talking about your group member's voice and all this other things, you know, and it's just like, you were so big and bad at those moments, right? You were so big and bad, but then you get on IG Live today, just a little bit while ago. Girl, my friend hit me up and was like, look at this shit. I get on there because I do not follow LaTocha, and she's on there crying. She's on there crying. Oh, y'all don't know. Y'all. The part that got me is when she said, how do y'all know that I'm strong enough to handle this? I'm so alone in all of that stuff. You know, that's my family, you know, and what if something happened and all this stuff or whatever because of all this mess that's going on. And I took that to me, and it could be, I could be misinterpreting, but when I heard that, it's like, I know you're not trying to blame us and trying to blame social media and trying to blame the media and our opinions about what's been happening, because we're going off of what you've done and making it seem as if you're the victim in this. You are not the victim. You are a participant, okay? Tamika is a participant. You are a participant. Your husband is a participant, okay? Everybody involved is a participant. You know what I'm saying? And you allowed this to go on as long as it did because you kept responding back. You going on interviews and you saying this and you saying that. So therefore, your sister, the only thing that your sister has been saying about this whole situation is trying to clear up the fact that she's not lying and she was owed $30,000 that you took, and it was more than that according to her. You know what I'm saying? And now you want to get on here and cry and talk about your mental health and all this stuff, but you wasn't worried about your mental health when you was going out doing these interviews and allowing your husband, granted he's a grown man and he seems like he's the one that got control and gonna do whatever it is that he want to do, and he probably rules their household, okay? But you didn't put your foot down and say, babe, don't do that. That's my family. That's my group members. I still got to work with these girls. I still got to see these girls. I still got to get money with these girls. This is going to jeopardize my place with these girls. No, you didn't do that. And you want us to feel bad? And then you want to talk about your mental health? Girl, F your mental health. Let me not say that, because mental health is a real thing. But I cannot stand when people try to use that as an excuse when they got caught up. You wasn't worried about your mental health when you was doing all this other stuff, when you was saying all this other stuff, when you was putting out this nasty negative energy. And again, like I said, no one's a victim in this. Everybody is a participant. Everybody played their part in the nastiness that's going on. But how dare you? We don't have nobody else talking about something. How y'all know if I can handle this? You was looking like you can handle it pretty fine to me when you kept on responding and acting like you was dumb data, you know? You're only coming back out and you're saying this, and then you're trying to bring God into it, and that's my sister, we'll figure it out, you know, call me Tamika. The last time I heard, I thought the girl didn't even have your phone number. The only person that had your phone number was Tiny, and Tamika tried to get your phone number from the mama, but mama said that you said not to give it to her yet. Huh? Okay. So this whole we'll work it out and all this stuff. Girl, work it out by giving her the money. Okay, work it out, and if you want people to get up out your business, stop responding. All right, Tamika said she ain't saying nothing else. You didn't even have to get on live and do this, because and I know people probably gonna be like, well, everybody else saying something, how come she can't say anything? She can, but at this point, too much damage has been done. Because instead of coming out and saying the initial time when the accusation first came out, you said it in a way that was so arrogantly said, taking accountability off and trying to blame other people, and not saying like, I'm going ahead and talk to my sister. We're going to handle this privately. You know what I'm saying? You kept it going as well. You played a part in this as well. So I'm not buying this, okay? You're trash talking your members. You want to put everything on Candy instead of just taking accountability for yourself. And I feel like this is part of the little damage control that you're trying to do, because you see what's happening. Your album comes out next week, and some people didn't even know, on Good Friday. You have a single out. People ain't even rocking with it right now. No one's talking about it. They're talking about this mess. And then ain't no telling if Motown Gospel gonna keep you on. You know what I'm saying? I know it's gospel artists and people that have scandal in their careers, but not this early. Not when they just trying to get up off the goddamn ground. Get him a few years, and then the scandals will start coming out. Baby, you just in here. And all these scandals and everything. This is not a good look. This is not a good look. You could have said that because, baby, nobody was moved by them crocodile tears. No one was moved by them crocodile tears. And my bad. At this point, just let your sister cool off, okay? Give her space, and when she's ready to speak to you, she'll speak to you. And you need to take a mental break, as you say yourself, okay? Because you did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. I ain't never seen somebody self-sabotage the way that you are, and allowing your husband to as well. You need to get rid of that man, or you need to talk to him and tell him to stop, because he is putting a wedge between your family. And that's all I got to say on that. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. I'll see y'all later. Peace.